Right.
Recording.
Right. So someone count down.
3, 2, 1.
Every time there's a 3, 2, 1, there's always some like 5-second later clap that makes me laugh. Every fucking time. Right.
I can't help
Right.
myself.
Welcome to the Corn Up Cast 2020 Quarantine Edition.
Episode
Fucking
1.
hell.
The Roaring Twenties.
It's been a while, lads. It's been a fucking while. Like,
Been a long ass time.
I mean, and yet, we have nothing to talk about. And yet, that's the worst part. The worst
Sweet
part.
Fanny Adams.
Excuse me. I take offence to that. But it is a really sad. It's a sad scene to see that it's been nearly 2 years since the podcast, and if we did the quick rundown of what we've been up to, it'd take 5.5 minutes.
You know what the worst thing is? We don't talk that much. It's not like we're completely talked out.
Yeah, it's not like we're fucking talking to each other every day. It's not like
About once a week, it's Nathan, have you seen this clip? Yes, and that's it.
And once a month,
Yeah.
it's me catching up with what you've said, Nathan. That's about it.
Oh, Beth, look at this. Nathan's not seen this clip before. That's it.
So let's start it. Nathan the man. He's not even in. He's
Hello.
not even in Greece anymore. When was the last
Oh,
podcast?
What a nerd.
We did one out in the Maldives, didn't we?
Yeah,
I
we
swear.
did. We did.
There was,
I'm
the,
taking
there was the
piss.
infamous Ludo episode.
There was the infamous Ludo episode.
How does it feel that your ex-girlfriend's immortalised a Ludo video?
It's hard lines.
that you put up yourself.
Because I was the one that left first. So,
With no official
yeah,
branding
it's even
either.
worse for me, innit?
The marketing department are fucking enraged, I've heard. Aren't you, Adam?
I'm fucking fuming.
Yeah, I'm not abroad anymore. I'm in the,
You fucking might as well
I'm
be
in the land of
abroad.
Brexit. Might as well be. I'm the other end of
You
the fucking
found the
country.
furthest place away from us.
I could be in
literally,
Ramsgate.
you could have gone to fucking Wick, which is a joke. you found somewhere farther away.
No, it's not. It's an extra hour and a half away. It's not too bad. I'm in Portsmouth, ladies and gentlemen. Portsmouth of all places.
You know what would make me dead happy?
What's that?
If someone
Moving
found
further
your
away.
address, and swatted you.
Next bit of news: Nathan swatted.
It'll get no publicity. You're not going to be live streaming. It'll just be funny. Just for me and Adam to find out. A text next week. Guess what happened?
I've been swatted, lad.
I'm still trying to impress that girl in my flat, and I've just been swatted. Now she won't speak to me because her eggs have gone off in fridge. But carry on. How's Portsmouth?
Portsmouth's all right. It's fortunate I don't live right in the city centre. I live in a marina just on the outside, and I got a 10-minute walk to work, which is quite handy. Well, I used to before the road had kicked in.
Oh.
The Rona.
Stop pretending you're from Australia, mate. It's fine.
The
So
Rona.
for our non-Australian listeners, the Rona is a reference to the Ford Mustang, the '98 edition.
Sure is. And yeah, so got a job down here. Quite settled. Things are going well. Had a minor incident.
Until the wrong
The-
second.
The shower incident.
Until the shower incident.
I've not heard this one.
So there I was, showering away,
Oh,
and I turned it off because the drains, it's not clearing how it used to, and
Oh.
I turned it back on after it had drained off a bit, and instead of normal water coming out, it came on McDonald's coffee level steaming, fucking boiling ass water motherfucker come out of it, and caught my hip. So I looked down and
Just his hip.
it was just my hip, and a bit of my wrist as well. but mostly my hip. It was a bright red patch. I was like, fuck. So I had to stand underneath the freezing cold shower for about 5 minutes just to give it some time to
You know the worst thing about this is
melt off, yeah.
you got out of the shower to text us that you had an issue before getting back into a cold shower, didn't you?
You say
No,
us,
this
I don't
This was
remember.
all post-shower.
You say us, I don't remember any of this.
He's texted us saying, one sec, I'll get the exact words up, not to misquote anyone. I don't want to be sued. Be online in a sec, lads. Just had a minor shower incident.
Oh,
Yeah, that was after I dried off.
This was recent. Okay.
This was 24 minutes ago.
It was literally, I was stood in the shower, let it drain off, turned the shower back on, and it fired out steaming water at me, and it caught my hip, so I had to stand underneath it for like an extra 5 minutes.
And that's the most interesting thing that's happened to you over the past 2 years.
Literally.
That's an
Could
amateur
not
move,
have said
though.
it better.
When you turn the shower on, you don't get in the shower. You stand outside, you wait patiently, you put your hand in, you go, that's a bit
Yeah, but I was
warm.
already in
Or,
it.
well,
That's it. I was in the shower, and then let it drain off, and then turned the water back on.
I don't know about you, Adam, but
So-
I'm on the shower side for this.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Of course you are.
Give you that. I've got an interesting hot water story.
Go on.
Go on, lads.
Continue.
One sec. I've got a. I just realised I'm streaming this and I've got a check. Oh no, I already updated this podcast. Oh, I'm a legend. I'm
And
a legend.
whilst you're doing that, I've created an account on Anchor.fm.
oh,
So what
that's
I can
what you're
do
gonna
later
see.
on, I can pull down old valuable podcasts from YouTube.
Can you edit out
Who's
someone
rustling?
open?
Who's
I was going
rustling?
to say, can you edit out someone rustling?
Nathan. So we'll.
I'm hungry, I'm eating cashews.
No, of course it's fucking cashews. It's not a Malteser's packet, is it?
We're about to have dinner, innit?
Yeah, mine's in. So I've got two announcements. My first one is for my birthday this year. Beth bought me an Instant Pot.
Is that a Tory word for slow cooker?
Pressure cooker, my
Oh,
friend.
pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker.
Opposite of a slow cooker. You can do both.
How are you finding it?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
What have you cooked in it so far?
Right. What's in it right now is a repeat prescription. It's because it's that good. It's a cheesy chicken pasta.
Oh, yes.
You put it in. I mean, don't count the warm up time. Don't count the release time. Takes 2 minutes, lad.
What's the warm-up and
Fucking
release
hell.
time?
The time of death is about 45 minutes. But
Jesus.
anyway, what was my original thing? Instant Pot is sick. But my original story, right? It was about hot water, wasn't it? Because Nathan
Aye.
had a thing with his hot water.
I
Right.
did have a thing with the hot water.
So, we, in our flat, by the way, we're in a flat now because last podcast I was still living with my mum. Anyway, I've been living with Beth for a year. It's been a while.
As you do.
So, lovely flat. We live in St. Helens now. Lovely flat, you know. I'm going to have you both around at some point, I'm sure.
Definitely.
It's a 2-bedroom. It was a 1-bedroom, but it was actually it was a 2-bedroom. So we've got 2 bedrooms, a living room, kitchen, bathroom, and understairs. Not understairs. It's a flat, so boiler room. So 7 months down the line, hot water stops working. Ah, shit.
Oh,
It's
no.
electric. Everything's off electric, no gas. So technically,
Ah, shit.
even though the hot water stops working, we've still got a shower. Not too bad. We've no hot water in kitchen or bathroom sink. Dealable. So because we had this the guy inspecting round saying flat's perfect, mate, but that bit of grout in my sink needs to top up. Yeah, sure.
Standard.
We'll sort it out. Of course, I didn't sort it out for months and months. Didn't sort it out. And then guy comes round again. Fucking hell, your back at sinks needs a good grouting. You telling me, mate. Also, you've no hot water. Oh yeah. So
Priorities.
Yeah. So we've no hot water because it's a weird one because it's there's a landlord for the building, but who we report to is the estate agent. So we have to talk to the estate agent for them to get in contact with the landlord.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You know, they say the guy comes around saying, "Sort your hot water out. Here's a number. To contact the number, you have to talk to this guy who talks to that guy. It doesn't get sorted for about 4 months with no hot water in the bathroom sink or the kitchen sink. I'm washing up with kettle water.
One sec. Did you say you had an electric shower?
Yeah. So that's sorted.
Right. So that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So you don't smell.
So the other no.
Cool.
We have to wash our hands in the bathroom with cold water. If I want to wash up, I have to boil the kettle.
So
It's a
what
pain
you're
in the
saying
arse.
is Coronavirus is your fault.
Yeah, it's all me. Right, so to be honest,
sake.
that does actually lead into this. So
Oh my god.
I worked. Rest in peace, coronavirus. I worked Monday to Friday. I leave the house at 6:10. I get back anywhere between R5 to 8 o'clock. It could be anything. So we finally get hold of this guy that's like, we're going to fix your water. Sound. I don't see him, obviously, because I'm in work Monday to Friday. Beth's on a weird work schedule where she works, 3 weekdays 1 week and then no weekdays the other week. It's fucking weird. So she meets the plumber. The plumber's there on the first day for about 3 hours. And then at the end of that 3 hours, he goes, "Not got right parts, love. See you tomorrow." Like,
What the fuck?
yeah, I know, yeah. So not got right parts. He has to come back tomorrow. Fair enough. Because apparently the button that turns the boiler on is eroded or something like that. Not got right parts, love.
Classic button.
I'll come back
Standard.
tomorrow. So he come back tomorrow, and I'm not there. Obviously, I'm at work.
Tomorrow.
Come back sauce. He comes back tomorrow, and I'm not there. Obviously, he says to Beth, "I've sorted it. Give it an hour and a half, and it'll be working." Fair. I come back.
Shell.
Yeah, I come back. Turn water on. It's fucking cowed. There's no water. There's no hot water. I'm like, oh, he's done a shit job again. And then Beth, steam coming out of nostrils, sends the email to the to landlord or to estate agent saying, and this was back pre-quarantine,
when we could see
this
people.
was this was saying,
And do things.
this man came to my house for 3 hours and didn't change a thing, and came back the next day 3 hours and also didn't change a thing. In a post-coronavirus world, I do not find it,
Pre-corona.
safe that we have cold water in our bathroom, blah, blah, blah. So the landlord or / estate agent says, "I'm really sorry, we'll send him back out tomorrow." And tomorrow was a Saturday, and only I'm in on Saturday. So I'm like, I'm prepping myself. This guy's going to come round. He's going to sort this shit out. He's supposed to sort out for 3 days on the trot. So I'm thinking, hey, I'll go and clear out under the stairs for him, because that's what a boiler is. I'll clear out the under the stairs to sort him out, and so he can at least get to the boiler. And while I'm clearing out under the stairs, I realise that the boiler is turned off.
No.
So.
Oh,
So I click the switch that turns it on, and then we have hot water again. I'm like, hey! T minus 45 minutes till the plumber comes to figure out why the hot water's not working after he's been there for 2 times on the trot.
Oh no!
It's not my fault. The takeaway.
I'd just hit it with an hammer.
The takeaway is it's not my fault, right? The plumber says to Beth, "Give it half an hour, it'll be fine." He doesn't say to Beth that, "Give it half an hour, turn the hot boiler back on, and it'll be fine."
I was going to say, he came round twice and still didn't realise the fucking boiler was turned off.
No,
That's more...
I'm assuming after the first time he fixed it, or the second time he fixed it, and he said to Beth, with subliminal, plumber messaging, after 2 hours, turn the boiler back on, it'll be fine. But Beth relayed back to me, half an hour would be fine. But no, it was turn it back on. Thankfully, while I'm shitting myself, he don't turn up. He just don't turn up. So like I'm like, because I'm due to go see my mate in Blackpool. Like he said he's supposed to come at about 10 o'clock. I'm due to see my mate about 2 in Blackpool, and it gets to 10 o'clock. He's not there. Whew! He gets to 10:30. Oh, this guy's taking it piss to come fix his boiler that's already fixed. Fucking hell. And then he gets to 2:30. I send him a message like, "Sorry, mate, I've got somewhere at B. Please, it's fine." The day after, I send a message to the landlord. It's all right. My dad came round, sorted it in half an hour.
Dads are the best.
So the moral of the story is, the guy's a knobhead. We've got hot water. It's fine.
So you know me. For half
know
of
you.
the count not count, excluding me, I will always take their side, and the other half is Nathan.
I've come to realise that and accept it as a fact.
Thanks, Nathan. I'm glad we're on the same page. I just can't take your side here, Adam.
Right. You can take my side up until it turns out that the boiler was turned
yeah.
off. You're already saying, no. Oh wait. But the you know, the abacus swinging is that he didn't turn up when he was supposed to. In the plumber's eyes, he's come to fix it once, couldn't do
He's too
it.
good
Come
for
to fix
you.
it twice, thought he did it, but didn't work, and then didn't turn up for the third one. This guy's a knobhead in his eyes. In the real world, he's sorted it second time round, and we're out dumbasses. But it's fine. My dad sorted it. My dad turns up, part-time plumber, mate. He knows what he's doing.
You
yeah.
just reminded me, from chanting your own name, of something that actually happened to me last summer, which I won't have discussed because the couch has been inactive, I guess.
Cut it out.
On pause.
So we went to Kendall Calling last year,
Oh.
and for people,
I saw the pictures.
yeah, it was fantastic. It was really good. It was a good weekend. It was me, Meg, Kenny, and
They
Matter.
look great.
It was a dead
They
cute.
look great.
Kenny!
Kenny.
Fucking
Kenny's not actually his name. It's his dad's name. I don't know why we call him
right.
Kenny. He's not entirely sure.
I had a lad like that in high school. We all called him Aaron, but his real name was Dave. But he'd all told us it was weird. Anyway.
Oh no, he's not told us it was Kenny. We all knew him through school as Billy or William.
Right.
At college,
Right.
we started calling him Kenny, and it stuck. I don't understand it, but yeah, we all went Kendall together. It was fantastic. So as you know, Cumbria is famous for hills, the Lake District, and rain. So in the middle of July, it pissed it down for 4 days.
Welcome
So
to
back-
Watch Mojo, the top 5 Cumbria.
In 5!
Oh my god.
Something you didn't know about Kendall. But yeah, it pissed it down for 5 days. So what we realised pretty early on was we was going to go to a set, then go to a bar. After the first night there, so the first night there was going to like the bar, which was near the main stage, which was just selling kind of Foster's, just that kind of shit. Second day we found a real ale bar,
Ooh.
and they were selling something called Longhorn, which is a brewery based up in North Yorkshire called Purity Brewing, and they sell an ale called Longhorn, and it was, honest to God, the nicest ale I've ever had, and we were all kind of in
I
agreement
think
for it.
I've heard of that.
We've had it since. It's a decent ale, but the fact we was drinking warm lager all weekend, Foster's, and then this beautiful chilled IPA, it was amazing. So we was in there one afternoon, and the whole thing obviously was get shit faced in the morning, sneak spirits in with us, drink them, start drinking ale. So it was a fucking disaster. Of course it was. One afternoon, Meg went to the bar because she's a lovely human. She tried to pay for her drinks, and her card didn't work. For whatever bizarre reason, so I went up there. I paid as a true gentleman from our joint
course.
account. So the card that she used was the other joint account card. So then, honestly, I wasn't even that pissed. I was drunk, don't get me wrong. I wasn't full festival drunk. I then declared that feminism was dead. that men rule, and then started chanting Kyle over and over again. The bar staff found it fantastic.
I mean, it doesn't take much for you to start a chant, to be honest.
No, I love a chant. You know I love a chant. But I started chanting Kyle.
My memory draws back to, was it John's birthday? You know what I'm on about? John's birthday in the harp. The harp where
So Nathan had left by then.
Was it his birthday, or was it
was,
like
because-
an event?
No, it was his birthday because we tried to ignore it and we went round to mine and we drank that whiskey for the third time.
It was
that
delicious.
I bought for me and Meg to share because it was really nice. And the third
And
time,
yet,
we
third time you
drank it
shared it
between
with
us.
someone else.
Not with you, every single time. And then John
And then we're
texted me,
like, even though we spent a full bottle of whiskey ignoring John's birthday, then we're like, should we go to John's birthday? Yeah, sure.
no, John texted me. Run out. Do you fancy coming for a few? Yeah, all right. Then
Yeah,
if you
sure,
remember, we filled up 2 thermoses with beer. Walked from the sea, so where I was living near Boatyard,
Yeah, we
up
did a
to
walk.
Harp, which was a 15-minute walk. Drank like 2 bottles of beer each in these fucking thermoses. Went in there. I was shouting at some French girl.
Yeah, that was it. You found out that one girl was French, and then
I
you're
started
like,
shouting, "We."
yeah, that was it. I was like, are you French? Aye. Oui. And then
And the other worst thing was-
someone told you to stop.
Do you know? Tam apologised. for me
Yeah, that
after
was
we
it.
left.
That was it,
We
yeah.
was only there for an hour.
And then
Meg
Meg,
texted me.
yeah,
I
Meg
was
picks
like,
us up
"I'm
and got us a
away from
kebab.
She picks up kebab and then took you home, which was a 4-minute walk up the hill.
You say 4 minutes, that's 18 on my arm. Like, it was a big hill, that.
On a Wednesday, I went in with the day after. Fuck me.
I had shit all to do the day after.
I was
mate.
shit-faced. I came down at about 4 in the afternoon. It was horrific. All morning, I was dead chirpy. And this was when I was back in support. So, dead happy all morning on calls. Then by about 4 o'clock, my head just kind of slowly went lower and lower and lower.
It
I was
disintegrated.
less and less vocal until R5 came and I kind of ran. Fuck me.
Anyway, what was your
My abiding
what was
memory
your
of you,
original
Kyle.
point?
Oh yes, it was in Kendal. It was when I declared that feminism was dead and over.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah, so like the girls behind the bar, they found it fantastic. There was some lads near us who was egging me on. Meg was distraught, and she was stood there saying, "It's a fucking joint account, grow up." But at this stage, I was already like, Kyle, and I took all the drinks off her and carried them back. And we were sat up floor like 10 yards away from it, so it wasn't like we was walking miles away. We pretty much stood up, turned around, and he was at the bar. And then as I got more and more drunk that day, I was on the floor, I was kind of laid back on the floor, I had my hands down, and some lad almost stepped on my fingers. Like, you can tell he moved his foot, realised he was stepping on something, and then, like, kind of looked up, looked down, like, apologised. But by the time he managed to do that, and bearing in mind, his kind of foot grazed my fingers, he didn't actually step on it, he knew what had happened. I was on the floor, rolling around, going, ah! And then started pointing at him, calling him an assaulter. And then they moved on pretty quickly. That was a really like honest. Kendal Calling is a fantastic festival. It's like really family friendly. There's lots to do there. There's a lot of like solely bands on as well. But it's in Cumbria, and it just I think if you look through, there was a list of UK festivals last year with percentage of the chances of rain, and considering Kendal Calling's in July, I think it was third on the list.
Yeah.
Considering the festival seasons from about April to October, Kendal Calling was like third on the fucking list. But we saw Tom Jones, which was pretty cool. We saw
Oh, nice.
what the fuck's his name? We saw quite a lot. Cortinas in the absolute piss rain.
Nice.
There was a guy we saw who did all the old Nile Rodgers and Chic. Nile
Yeah,
Rodgers
that's the one.
was probably the best thing I've ever seen live.
He is supposed to be fucking outrageous live.
He's unreal. He's just because if you
He's the guy that was on all those Daft Punk songs, right?
So
he was
he's a
in Get
producer.
Lucky, yeah.
Well, he played
So-
the guitar and Get Lucky, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So he does guitar.
Get
and-
Lucky and most of that record, actually.
So his
He's,
live set, he just pretty much he has a backing band, and so it's Cheek and Nile Rodgers. Cheek is two women who sing. So if you kind of go and they just sing all the stuff that he's produced and made and play guitar on. So if we look at a set from December last year, that's not a good one. Well, in fact, no, this is a 9-song set of stuff that he's produced and covered. So the first one is Cheek, then Dance Dance Dance. I'm not sure what that is. Then Everybody Dance, I Want Your Love, Upside Down, I'm Coming Out, He's the Greatest Dancer, We Are Family, Get Lucky by Daft Punk, Let's Dance by Bowie, The Freak, Good Times. These just all stuff that he's done. So
Yeah.
It's just like massive songs,
It's
classics that you'd never read.
But it's just stuff that he's
like-
done. Let me see if I can find the set from last. He did a world tour last year as part of that. So it's Everybody Dance, I Want Your Love, I'm Coming Out, Upside Down, He's the Greatest Dancer, We Are Family, Like a Virgin, Lost in Music, Thinking of You, Get Lucky, My Forbidden Lover, Let's Dance, The Freak, Good Times, and Lapper's Delight.
Jesus.
Nice.
And it's just a proper,
set.
it's a proper mum set. But it's just like an hour and a half of just dancing. It's just absolutely amazing.
But they're good fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
Only
And
hits.
then another night we went and watched Idols, who were fucking unreal. Me and Meg were shitfaced. We tried getting near the front before it started. And then within a song, we was near the back.
Classic.
Didn't want any of it.
I saw them support Foo Fighters in 2017 before they released their latest album. But they were supposed to play Portsmouth in like 2 weeks' time.
Wow.
The girl that I'm working with, she got ticket to it and only one ticket, like because she got it from a mate. But now it's been obviously cancelled, it'll be rescheduled. So I'm gonna be on that like a fucking steam train trying to find another ticket for it.
Thank you, Nathan, for leading us in the segue into current events.
Before we do that,
I don't know why I'm
though,
singing the Mario 2 theme.
Current events.
Before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Go on.
I just wanted to back up the Kyle chanting thing.
Kyle.
It has happened a few times, hasn't it?
One of my abiding memories of first year is being fucking shit-faced in Embassy, chanting YOLO, not fucking YOLO, or Colo. And,
Colo,
It
yeah.
wouldn't have been first year because embassy wasn't a thing in first year.
It was. What
I
was
swear
it?
it was.
It was
I swear it was
Embassy was there, but it wasn't called Embassy.
It was called.
Or was it revived by them? Was it?
No. Oh no, it was Embassy. They went to Revive, didn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was
It
Embassy.
was definitely in Embassy, but we started it. It must have been second
I
year.
don't know. I never went to embassy. It was the Tory version of Pete, mate.
Oh, I
Fucking
fucking
hell.
hated Peep.
I couldn't stand it.
We used to go to Peep
Couldn't
looking
stand
forward to, because Domino's, Peep shut at 2:30 and Domino's shut at 2:30. So we used to ring Domino's at 2 for a delivery, leave it at 2.
So you could get in the car up.
Yeah. We get back to your flat, so where yours, Meg's and Will's, and we get there
Yeah.
like 20 minutes before fucking takeaway get there, and just kind of eat it.
Perfect timing.
I mean, the only good memories out of Peep is going up and down the stairs. That was like, wow, multiple levels.
Nightmare. I got banned from Peep on the first week.
Why?
Trying to sell embassy tickets on the bottom floor. That's
No.
why.
Well, it was partly that, but partly because I punched someone in the face.
Wow!
Yeah, so someone. I was on Ocean Sciences pub crawl, and someone was trying to
Is that a new designer drug? Ocean Sciences.
Ocean Sciences.
Designer drug.
Do you want
Designer
a
drug.
fun Billie
Ocean
Eilish? Do
Science.
you want a fun Billie Eilish fact?
Go
The
on.
song "Bad Boy" was wrote about Nathan.
That's a bad guy. wasn't
Bad guy, yeah. He knows it. He knows it.
So I'm a bad guy.
Nathan's a bad guy.
Oh, you can't. You can't be
Killed
like.
Adam.
You can't be mid like drink or something. You fucking killed me. What a setup! I thought it was the ultimate distraction away from whatever Nathan was talking about, but no.
what were we talking about?
No, what I was talking about, right, is because you brought us in to our current predicament. This is like
Rona.
I think I referenced half an hour ago. This has been near on 2 years, nearly 2 years since we've done the last one of these.
And we're already
God
back
knows.
at uni stories.
yeah. Well, because it's been nearly 2 years since we've all talked, either. But yeah, it's a weird time.
I think last night would have been the first time we all spoke, like actually spoke, since the
Since we're all together.
Since last time we was all together was when we was with Meg and did the Mario Party.
No. We've seen each other since.
It was last year at the summer party at your place, wasn't it?
Yeah, because the reason I remember
yeah.
it, because we went to that brewery around yours and I got that smoked ginger. It was gross as fuck, but
Smoked ginger what?
It wasn't smoked. What was it? It was smoked something. I had that really nice mango beer. What's it called?
It wasn't the brewery. It was in the wine place, wasn't it? Because we had the peach and cream one as well, which was a picture of peach, wasn't it?
Was that when we did a crawl before?
Yeah.
No, we didn't do much of a crawl.
Well, we did 3.
Well, no, just went to a few places.
Started at Spoons.
Yeah, we started at Spoons.
We went down and had that really nice mango beer, and I was like, "Ooh, what's next?" It was like smoked something. I was like, "This is fucking gross."
Oh.
But
And
yeah,
we played cards in that tap room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was.
we found since, Conway Brewery, they're actually based in Colwyn Bay. It's the arse end of Old Colwyn, but it's like a 5-minute drive away. So I went the other week and I got a couple of growlers from Llandudno. So I went and got them filled up, and it was just getting rid of all the cask stuff. So they was charging pound a litre. So I got 2 growlers filled up, so 7 pints, and it cost about, I think, 4 or 5 quid. I initially went in there to fill one up. He started filling up, so I was talking to him, like, how much going to cost? Well, it was £1 a litre, so about £1.80. So it's like, I'll go get me my growler out of the car now.
Fucking hell.
Oh, fucking
But
hell.
yeah, to the massive Chinese horse in the room, there's something going on right now.
There is.
The big old Rona.
The Rona.
Rona.
The pepperona. He's on everyone's tails. It's it's mad. Like I remember saying because I've said it before, I work in schools. There was like a whole thing. Oh, China's got this disease, blah blah blah. And then one of the kids saying to me, be saying like, "Oh, do you think it'll like happen over here?" It's like, nah, it's fucking. I didn't say that. But I was like, nah. I was like, nah, fucking. Like, nah, like, stuff happens all the time. It's fine. And then, like, right now, I should have been in work today, but I'm not. I've not been in work for the past week and a half, and I'm a key worker. Hell yeah. But it's like. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. There's all sorts of shit going on. Like how you two are technically, I say technically, you both are working from home.
I am actually a key worker.
Shut up.
Yeah. Because I'm
a key worker.
I'm a key worker as well. Because I work in payments.
I am not a key worker. However, I am still working 37.5 hours a week from home.
I'm a key worker and I'm working zilch.
So I'm still working full time as well. Yeah, technically, because I work in payments, I'm a key worker.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. And to date this podcast, there's a fucking disease going about that's making everyone stay in their houses for God knows how long. It's weird.
I bet your kids are fucking made up, aren't they?
Well, that's the thing. I've not seen them since. It was a weird one. Like, the like atmosphere before the whole shutdown started was like, I can't wait. Oh, 2 weeks off because they're gonna have not a quarantine, but like 2 weeks of like a deep clean. We can't wait. And then like the whole lockdown happens, and it was like, oh wait, no, this could last for like 6 months. Shit.
So a couple of my work, they obviously have contacts in other financial institutes. Deutsche Bank are currently preparing for.
That is German Bank. For
Thank
anyone
you.
listening.
So Deutsche Bank were preparing a few weeks ago for a lockdown from 30 days up to 600 days.
It's mad, isn't it? It's fucking mad.
Jeez.
Like I said before, it's like I work in a specialist
Stop
school.
clicking, Nathan.
Yeah, stop fucking clicking. Listen to me instead of getting bored and playing Cookie Clicker. I work in a specialist school, so like total we have like 60 to 70 kids. I think it's about 66 or 67 total. There was supposed to be
Depends
after...
if anyone get lost on a school trip. If they post them back.
It's like, oh no, he didn't turn up with his body. Yeah, there were 60 to 70 kids in the school. After this legislation went out where the only kids that's supposed to be in school are vulnerable kids, which we have quite a lot of, or, excuse me, kids of
Solid.
key workers. I think it was narrowed down to about 20 kids. But because the nature of this thing, our Easter holidays, which I think was supposed to be in at the end of this week, have been scrapped. So we're working through the Easter holidays. Because of that, they've like staggered staff's holidays out, so everyone's got a week out off at different times to start to like make up for the Easter holidays. So I had my week off last week, and I'm technically supposed to be in this week. But of those 20 kids that were supposed to be in, only 4 showed up. Because the parents were like, I don't want to bring him in and blah blah blah. So because of that, they went from 5 days a week to 3 days a week. So separated into 3 groups, and my group wasn't in this week either. So like I've just had 2 weeks off. It's fucking mad. I don't even know what's going to happen next week. And also, if put them on blast. Fucking send this to my boss. For some reason, they forgot that email exists. Like, I don't fucking know what the fuck is going on. No one said shit to me. I've had to message like random people, being like, "Am I in?" It's like, I don't fucking know. It's like, just send me the schedule. Like, no one has a clue. But like, it's mad. It's like Beth's gonna come home in a bit, and she's supposed to have worked with people that have, or like potentially have it. So does that mean that I can't go into school now? Because I don't fucking know. It's mad. The world is at a...
It's a bit tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's horrific. Like, I know Meg, at her place, if they get symptoms whilst people are on shift...
Yeah, they're on lockdown, they have to stay in,
yeah,
don't they?
2 weeks they got a fucking stay in for. Thankfully, I work in corporate Britain, so I'm working from home.
I work in Boris's Britain.
We had fantastic news and bad news today. We had the fantastic news that there'll be no job losses and be no layoffs, which is, in these times, is pretty good.
That is good.
And then the dreadful news that there's no furloughing. So we have to carry on working.
I also got a similar email today that I fortunately have not lost my job. But because but because I joined in 2020 rather than 2019, I do not receive a pay increment. But never mind, I've only been there for 2 months. Can't ask for too much, can I?
Yeah, as long as you keep working, all right,
like I said before, I've not.
Yeah, exactly.
I've not got a single email, so it might have changed. But as far as I know, I'm getting paid full price.
Have you been checking your emails though?
Yeah.
Or you expect them to come through the letterbox?
I've been checking my emails. I've been checking all sorts of shit. Have you been to a supermarket since the whole lockdowns happened?
Yeah, I went on Thursday last week.
Did you have to queue outside?
I did not. I went at...
I did. Outside Lidl.
I went to Aldi last week and had the most surreal experience. There was a bounce front door. So I'm talking to some woman, and some woman was asking something like, "Oh, sorry, love, I don't live round here. I can't give you information." And then I just realised this guy is a proper stereotypical bouncer. He kind of looked at me and nodded like, "You're right, son, you can go in."
You sure you're
I know I can go in. It's Aldi and it's fucking dead. You don't need to grant me access. You're not on fucking Jack's door now.
I went to Lidl on Saturday. I went because basically I was picking up booze because I was supposed to play D&D on that night. There's no way I can sit myself through that without being fucking pissed. So I turned up to go and buy a bunch of shit. And then on the way out, there was these family that had obviously 2 meters in front of me because they have to be.
Of course.
They dropped the cheese on the floor. So courtesy, I picked it up and gave it back to him. And then, I handed it over to the guy and he put it back in his arms. And the dad went, "Ha ha ha! Social distancing!" At that point, I was so tempted to just cough really loud.
Yeah,
It's mad.
I went to
it really depends what time of day you go, go to the shop, doesn't it? Because I
Yeah.
went on Thursday last week. I went straight from breakfast at like 7:30 in the morning. I got there and they put out like this alleyway of trolleys for you to go in and out through for the queues, and then they were letting like one in, one out at the time. I had to wait like 2 minutes, but I went in and like nobody was rushing, nobody was. Like, barging or anything.
It's the same.
And there
it's
was
the same
plenty
with
of shit on the shelves.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I went on Saturday, like midday, and I had like to queue up for like 10 minutes to get in. But today I went at about 10 a.m. into Morrison's, and it was like there's this huge like snake path you have to go to queue up your trolleys that had no one in.
Yeah, that's it.
That like I just waltzed in, and there was no shortage of literally anything when I went in. Like even. I mean, I didn't check down the toilet paper aisle which I don't understand. It's because it's not even like fucking coronavirus is supposed to give you diarrhea. I don't understand the toilet paper.
Oh, it's
thing.
just a social trend when people just went fucking mad for it.
But everything was in there. You could get whatever you want, basically.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow morning because I need to do a weekly shop, and I obviously did it Thursday, so I need to do it tomorrow. Run out of some fresh fruit and shit, but it's no stress. I get it done in the before work, so then I don't have to do it after work.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah. Right, okay, so we're probably going to have to close up at some point pretty soon because I've got something in the
Thank God.
So do you want me to get through my questions that I've gathered?
Go on.
Yes.
Nothing else I want more.
Right, so first question. At the top of my notepad I have Adam's boiler story. Tick.
That's today's task done.
This first question came from Lewis Jenkins.
Lovely.
And it came from, which one of you will survive longest in the upcoming corona apocalypse?
Definitely not me.
I think it's me, isn't it?
Well, I think
Probably.
it's going to become to... It's definitely Kyle, because like I don't have a car, so I can't get anywhere.
I've got size.
I've got a car.
I've got the size as well, and we've got 2 freezers.
It's definitely Kyle. He's got it.
I've got a car and a big house.
Got Bear in the Big Blue House.
I'm the group mother for I think 3 different groups
are
at
the
this
group
stage.
mother.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'll survive out of spite.
I think I'll probably starve before anything else. I don't think anyone will take me.
Good.
I've got shitloads of stuff in, mate. I'm good. I've got so much stuff that I'm going out buying more stuff because like I can't be arsed be eating the stuff I've got in. Like that's how much stuff I've got. It's like
It's not very good social distancing. Adam.
yeah, but I've got so much stuff in. It's like, do you want rice or pasta tonight? I don't fancy it. It's alright, I'll go out tomorrow and get someone else instead. It's like, right. Thank you, Lewis. Question number 2 comes from Rory Mace. What booze have you stocked up on in this crisis?
Ooh,
So
that's
I
good.
am.
That's
trying to
a
cut down-
good question. That.
I'm trying to cut down on beer. So since Christmas,
I'm sat next to about 7 empty bottles.
So
I've not told you what I've been up to today. Fucking hell. I can't believe we missed that. Can I just take a second to just tell you what I've been up to today?
Go on.
I've been streaming today, okay? I started off streaming Mario Maker. One guy gave me a level that was so shit that it tilted me so much that I stopped streaming Mario Maker. I opened up Dolphin, which is the GameCube emulator, and Lewis in the chat was like, why don't you play Monkey Ball? I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to get the Monkey Ball world record. So I've been looking at the Monkey Ball beginner course. Beginner course is like 10 levels. The 10 level world record. I was like, okay, I can't get that. What is the lowest on the speedrun.com leaderboard? Can I beat that? And it was like, beginner 10 courses, 2 minutes something. I was like, right, what I'm going to do, because, you know, I went and did some shopping today, and I bought a shitload of beer as well. I was like, right, let me set this time right now. The 27th record or something was like 2 minutes, 26 seconds. I did a run. I got like 3 minutes, 5 seconds. I was like, every run that I get that's longer than this one, I'm going to down a can.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've downed 6 330 mils in the past day. Because the plan was that anything that I got past, Lewis had to drink that amount of seconds. I've not got one past 3:05 this entire time. I got so mad. So I've got through some shit. Anyway, continue. What have you stocked up on?
So, since Christmas, I'm trying to slim down a little bit for the wedding, which isn't going to happen because of fucking Rona. But
Hell yeah.
that's a different story. So I'm trying to stop drinking beer.
The real
again.
question is, Kyle, who's your best man, me or Nathan?
Neither of you.
I mean, I knew that, but I didn't want to say anything.
Adam's got his suit ready.
I know, yeah. Corn of cars!
But yeah, so I've been trying to cut a bit of weight to stop drinking beer, and I lost 19 pounds in about 2 months.
Jesus. You've nothing left of you.
So what I've been doing, I've been trying to drink spirits, and last time I went to Aldi, my issue is every time I go out for drinks, I'll go and buy a
I've
bottle
never
of
heard that
spirits.
diet before.
Oh, it's not. I've
heard-
heard spirits. It's great.
Yeah.
So, but every time I go out and buy spirits, I'll buy a bottle of spirits, a couple bottles of mixer, and then pick stuff up whilst I'm there. So it's only quite expensive. So because of the whole situation and trying to save a bit of money, what I've been doing is, when I went to last time, I bought 4 bottles of spirits from Aldi. So I got 2 nice bottles of rum, 2 nice bottles of gin. We got a passion fruit and mango gin, which was lovely. We've got a rhubarb and something else gin, which I've not tried yet. And then we got Aldi's own version of, not Captain Morgan's, Kraken, which is really good. So I'm currently stacking
nice.
up on gin and rum. But we've got 3 litres of vodka, which we don't like. So that is worst case scenario.
Solid. But if you mix it in with some kind of sweet enough mixer, and you won't.
I had someone from Fruit Juice the other day. It was quite nice, but I could only have one.
Well, that's alright then.
Right, I feel like I've said that I just bought a shit load of beer and drank it all in one day.
What sort of beer though?
I bought
Yeah, that's important.
because it was a weird one. Like, when the quarantine first started, it was like you couldn't buy a certain amount of liquor at one point, but now they're just like fuck it. So I bought a 330ml pack of Heineken, a 330ml
Nice.
pack of Hop House, and then I bought
Ooh.
2 Blue Moon, 2 Sierra Nevada Pale Ales, because I quite like those. But because those were in bottles, and those are easier to down, then I've drank all my nice fancy beers, and all I've got left is fucking Heineken. And I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
I also bought a bottle of whiskey that I've been making my way through. Because it was the same sort of idea as you, Kyle. It's like, one, like, spirits are better for you. but it technically, in terms of calories, but like, just in case, it's better to have a couple of spirits in the cabinet than a few
it's not
cans
a
of
bad
beers.
charity.
Yeah, but what are you, Nathan? So we can move on to the next one. What have you been stocking up on alcohol-wise in this pandemic?
I locked out. We were supposed to do a massive conference convention thing in London a couple of weeks ago for work, and for that, basically it's just a big piss up, and everyone talks about like marine technology and shit. And for this, our company had bought 8.
Have I told you about stingrays? Fucking hell.
We bought 7 boxes of the 12-pack of Brewdogs. You know, like the 4 you got.
You get all sorts of them.
Indie, Punk, Elvis Juice, and Dead Pony. So there were 7 boxes of that, and obviously it got cancelled. And the boss was just like, "Well, it's going to go off before it's been rescheduled to December." And he said, "Well, it's going to be ages till we actually have be able to do anything. So just have at it." Unfortunately, I only managed to get 1 box of it because it all got rifled through before I got there. But at least I've got 7 or 8 cans left of that.
All the bread and milk stood there outside, but all Brewdogs are gone.
Yeah. I got before we got told to lock down. We had a cheese and wine evening at ours because we're like southern as fuck.
How are we friends?
So I've still got a bottle of Merlot.
Replace the word southerner with Tory.
Yeah, Tory.
I knew that was coming. Hey, I voted green. Fuck off.
Might as well be a Tory vote, mate.
Blue greens.
Makes no fucking difference down here. They're just going to win anyway, the Tories. I've still got a bottle of whiskey left. I've got a bit of Brecon left, but I'm going to buy another bottle of gin when I go tomorrow.
Nathan
I
hates
have-
the NHS.
Hey, my mum
Sorry,
works for
what
the
was
NHS.
that? My headset cut out for a second then. Nathan enjoys fox hunting.
Favorite
Hello?
pastime?
And we're out of time. Thanks for joining us, guys. And
Right,
What
next
was-
question. Next question.
next question, yeah.
Can you tell me about a time you almost died? And that's from Connor, or CPM.
No. Actually, kinda.
I can't, right. I can't tell you a time that
I can-
I almost died, but I can tell you about a time I almost killed someone.
Go on.
Oh my god.
I, in the same year that Michael Jackson died, 2020?
2009?
2007? Or was it 2009?
Some late noughties, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was,
2009.
well,
I
when
think it
we,
was.
because we're all the same age, aren't you? It's when we were in year 11 or year 10, so we were doing work experience.
I was doing music tech, so it'd have been 10 or 11. So it'd have been 2009, 2010.
Yeah. So I did work experience. And I remember I applied to go to someone called Banana Farm, which is a pet shop, but they went bust during the process. So I ended up doing my work experience at St James's Primary School,
Ooh.
which didn't work out too bad because there was stuff like we ended up going to Blackpool Circus and I got, like a free trip. All I had to do was look after this deaf kid.
What?
Keep an eye on
Oh
him.
no.
What?
So, yeah. They were like, instead of getting this really vulnerable child in need, instead of getting a one-to-one TA, they put me, the work experience kid, in charge of him.
Oh dear.
In charge
So
of
it
him.
Yeah, there was like, keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't, fucking die. I was like, oh, okay. So, Blackpool, it was in the Empress Ballroom, and I didn't
Cool,
realise
yeah.
the Empress Ballroom had, other parts to it. We watched the circus. It was pretty fucking sick. I got that for free. Watched them all go on to, Carl, the Blackpool version of Puddletown Pirates. Pretty jealous. Or
Is
did
that
you
the
not?
that the big ball playroom there?
Exactly, yeah.
I know,
Pretty
yeah, I know
jealous
what you mean.
because I was too old to go on it. But I was like, fucking hell, look at these kids having the time of their life, and I have to sit here with more adults. And then I had to walk around the museum part of it, and one of it was like a dinosaur exhibit. So, all the rest of the kids, 2 by 2, as Noah requested, walking around hand in hand around it. At the back, me and this deaf kid that are just, I'm in charge. We're walking around. I'm supposed to say I'm talking to this deaf kid. I obviously wasn't. He's deaf. I'm walking around with this deaf kid, and I'm looking about, and I don't realise that I walked right into a Brontosaurus. That's a big dinosaur, right? Right into the neck that's hanging over the exhibit. Smack bang right into my head, and then fall over backwards, right on top of this deaf kid.
Oh, fucking hell.
Flattens, some Tom and Jerry shit. He's fucking. And then I have to do, which I'm sure, all of us have been in the same situation, which is to convince a child to not cry. You can see it in their eyes that they're about to, but you can feel like it's salvageable. That I can talk them out of this. And, it's hard enough to talk a kid out of not crying, but try talking a deaf kid out of not crying.
Oh no.
How's your signing?
Just hey. Look at me doing the funny dance. Whoa! Try me best.
How have you been back in schools?
That's on my CV, lad. That's fine. Volunteered, trusted
Didn't
with
kill a
deaf
deaf
kid.
child.
Talk deaf.
Via Brontosaurus.
I mean, that what might have got me job around. I talked deaf child out of crying. I don't know what I did, but I wish I could fucking do it now. You saved me getting bit half the days I do.
Jeez.
But yeah, there's mine. When's the time where you almost died?
I
um,
wrote a BMW 5 Series off Ashton Cross at 4 in the morning and spanned twice into I completely demolished a 30-foot stone wall.
Jesus.
Me and mate got into the car completely fine. Yeah, I nearly killed him.
Okay.
I saw him the night after, and he said, "Carl, I'm gonna fucking swat you." I was like, "Why?" So I fucking broke it. Then he reached at his elbow, so I thought he broke his arm. And then he pulled his inhaler out of his pocket. I said, "Look, it's cracked underneath." After we got in the car and Dad got there, he got in and he was cut to bits with glass. We both got in that car completely unscathed. We hit the wall that hard, the car had bent into the shape of the wall.
Jeez.
Can I tell a very quick story before Nathan
One
does?
sec, for insurance purposes, it was my dad that crashed. If anyone from the insurance is listening, I didn't crash. I'm glad we
Yeah,
cleared that up.
I think from the last podcast and this one, not only has my brother learned to drive and got a car, I think he's been through about 4 cars since. One of them,
no.
Fucking hell.
one of them he wrote off with me in the car. My mum has moved to Blackpool since. She literally lives where old people go to die in Blackpool.
Oh, Lytham.
Not send. Not send.
Oh, not
it's
send.
called. Yeah. So my brother, we went down. I can't remember. It was either a birthday or Mother's Day, something like that. We went, drove up to the local pub because you can't walk there because everything's fucking miles away because you're right near the fucking sea. We went up there, had a couple of pints. My brother drove us back, and then we were having a very hilarious conversation about drifting on the way back. And then my brother went, "Watch this," and then he drove his car into a fucking wall and wrote it off. And so every time we're about to go around a corner, my brother's driving the car, I go, "Watch this." Anyway, Nathan, when's the time you almost died?
I've also had a car crash in Daniel Road in Bangor on Freshers Week on the way to get a job at Embassy.
I didn't know Daniel Road existed in Freshers Week.
Well, I didn't either until I crashed on it.
Where
That's
are
a
you?
landmark.
Where are you? Lower Bangor. Whereabouts?
Yeah, turn left on where I wrote off my car.
Just rammed it into the back of an Asda box delivery van at 30.
There was no Asda at that point. He wasn't even open.
Early days. No, just wrote off a Corsa, but I mean it was fine. The airbags went off and shit. But I think the closer time I came to death was I was snorkeling somewhere, and I didn't look up, and
I drowned.
heard this hissing in the water, and when you're in the water and the boat makes a hissing sound, but like you can hear it from a little bit further away. It's just kind of like a high pitched hiss. Anyway, it got really fucking loud really quick, and I looked up and the boat was steaming towards me at like 20 miles an hour, and I remember like almost jumping out of the water with my fins, and the boat must have passed me by like a meter maximum. But yeah, if I hadn't looked up because of the noise, I probably would have been dead.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Right,
well.
Here's a very serious question that I'm asking for quite short answers. What are the pros and cons of esports being normalised / readily available in schools, similar to general PE/sports?
Ooh, I quite like the idea of it because
It's
that's-
more inclusive for kids.
That's from how? Just so
Good
everyone
question.
listens.
So when I was in school, I was the sporty type. I was rugby team, volleyball team.
Rugby.
Exactly, yeah.
Rugby.
So it's in my best interest to say, fuck off, no, you're a fucking nerd,
Yeah.
play sports. But it's a lot of people aren't designed for sports. People don't want to play sports, people don't enjoy it.
You two continue.
Exactly.
I'm going to meet myself. I think Beth just rang the door, so I've got to go and disinfect her.
All right.
All right.
What-
Yeah, I think it's for those that like don't think they enjoy sports or like they get anxious about it and they prefer kind of a more kind of isolationary, well not isolationary, but
I know what you
like
mean, yeah.
introverted lifestyle which comes with esports and stuff. I think it's going to be a lot more beneficial to their kind of school time enjoyment, but also mental health from a certain point of view.
And it's a lot of games as well. So good for logic building, reactions, hand-eye coordination, a lot of things like that. So there's a lot more. There's a lot more
Exactly.
to it than just it's playing a game.
Exactly. I'm not sure if there's many cons to it other than people maybe taking advantage of it.
But then it's not really being taken. If someone's taking advantage of it, it's not a bad sign, is it? There's someone,
No,
but it's only the same as
True.
saying someone's taking the piss playing too much football.
true, yeah. So yeah, I don't really think there are any disadvantages to it. I think it's a good thing.
So I think this is going to be an abrupt end to the podcast.
I think it could well be.
We'll wait for him to return and we'll say our goodbyes.
I think so. I've got to think about what I'm going to have for my dinner. I haven't had that.
I've had
conversation
I've had a
myself.
breakfast biscuit today and 2 apples, and that's it. And a
Beautiful.
rum.
And a rum, love it.
So I'm going to go and eat.
I have
I'm
had.
going to eat some vegan kebab and some halloumi, I think.
Oh, that sounds banging.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some halloumi tomorrow. One of my housemate got some portable barbecue, well, the throwaway barbecue things, so we're going to do that on our birthdays because they're coming up.
That's not very eco-friendly.
I know, but we can't really buy a barbecue at the moment because they don't really sell them at the shops.
Nah, you can buy it online, it's fine, get delivered.
True. I think we'll probably have to do that at some point if these barbecues go well. But I think we're just going to wait for a nice sunny day. And I've got a shopping list for some halloumi and some veg and some corn on the cobs and stuff because we're trying to be vegetarian, but at the end of the day we're probably going to end up getting some chicken or something.
Yeah, you get a bit of chicken, don't you?
Exactly. Because it's the kind of thing you just leave on the barbecue for ages and not have to
Exactly.
worry about. Because if you
Leave it on cold side.
yeah, leave it on for hours so you know it's cooked.
Want it black.
If it ain't black, then I ain't eating it. You know, can't be sure you're going to get salmonella. Mind you, at this day and age, it's probably not the worst thing to knock yourself out with, is it?
People are praying for salmonella.
You know, I might just go and eat some cold rice that I cooked yesterday.
Left out is probably fine.
I'm like, the amount of times I've just thrown rice away because I think it's not worth it.
I know what you mean.
Just
We generally risk it, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, with this podcast, I'm hoping that we can upload it to a website called Anchor.fm, which is a free
Cool.
podcast hosting website, which is limited
Free?
storage. Free, indeed.
I'm back,
Which
by the
gives...
way.
Are you off? Should
Yeah.
we wrap it up?
No, I'm back. I'm not off. 1 second. Oh no, Beth says sorry, but it's fine.
Send
No,
them,
That's
send,
alright.
her, send them on.
I was gonna have to shoot off anyway and cook some dinner.
Yeah,
'cause
I've
fucking
not
starving.
eaten today yet.
Neither have I. So let's run through these questions real quick, and then we can end. Right? Okay.
Good call.
Cool.
So Nathan,
Yes.
how many toddlers can you take in a fight? That's from Connor.
-1.
Cool. Kyle,
An infinite amount. Oh, 8.
8.
Ethically, 8.
I think because I've got training, I've got to take 10. I've got to take 10.
I'm dead good at kicking.
They're all right at kicking, but if you lower the legs, it's fine. What are my other ones? And that was from Connor. Jaden says
Not Jaden Smith.
no. Jaden,
Oh.
100%.
he's a sponsored. By the way, if you didn't know, I'm now especially now because the Corona's kicked off, they can't update it. I'm the 10th best melee player in the Northwest.
Hey!
Hey.
I did it. I'm PR'd. I did it, boys. Anyway,
Well
Jaden, aka Ruger Ball, because he's sponsored, Ruger, says, which feels better to get out of your body, a big poop or a long piss? Nathan.
Oh. I'm gonna have to go with the big poop.
Nice.
the only issue with big poo is if it's too big.
Aye.
And then sometimes it can hurt. Like if you've had too much takeaway, I'm going for a big piss.
Oh, yeah. I've had to take away 2 days on trot, and it's catching up with me, mate.
2 day takeaway poos are the worst.
I know, yeah. So you're going to go with big piss?
Big piss.
I've got to say, I feel like you feel more enlightened after a massive poop. It doesn't matter how bad it was. If you're
It
sat
does
there for
depend on how
half
much
an
you have to
hour,
wipe, though.
if you're sat there for half an hour afterwards, you've got to think, I'm so glad that's not in me anymore.
But have you had a poo that bad where you've had to shower after it?
Not
Oh,
yet.
God.
Not yet. Not
God.
from the poo, but just from the sweat from getting rid of it.
When I get if I get really uncomfortable for a big poo, I just end up taking all my clothes off, and I just do it subliminally as well. I just don't know why. I can be sat there.
Start stripping.
Obviously, yeah. Fucking after work, sat at home having a poo. Next thing you know, I've just got my socks on and that's it.
The last one, the last question, I've got there's a visual element to it, which if anyone watching the stream will see, but if not, I'll have to edit into the video.
I'm not watching the stream.
So the zero, there's been the dipping in and out. Glenn Italia, which is maybe the best tag of all time, Glenn from Liverpool. There was a lad from Liverpool. He wasn't even from Liverpool. He went to Liverpool Uni called Gymshark. Same as the the
gym
The
brand.
clothing brand.
Yeah. But his name's Gymshark, and he's buff as fuck, right? He actually take cares of himself. I'm gonna give you a picture and put it in the Discord. There was a running conversation of who would win in a fight. Gymshark. Let me find the picture real quick. You see him?
Bloody hell.
Beefy boy.
He's pretty stacked, isn't he?
Who would win? Also, Gymshark both does. Where's the chart he said before? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and
The suspense is killing me.
he wrestles as well. He does
Ooh,
wrestling.
Olympic wrestling, I'm guessing, not.
Yeah.
Pro
Not
wrestling.
yeah.
Right.
Do you think that Gymshark could beat a chimp in a fight?
I think he'd get too angry.
Who, Gymshark or the chimp?
Gymshark.
And that would be his
I
downfall.
think the chimp would just bounce around him, and he gets so angry and frustrated, he'd kind of pass out.
It depends. Does he have the barbell as in the picture?
No, this
I
is.
don't know then.
Both of them are put into an arena. Basically, without the barbell, and said to fight.
Is Gymshark vegan?
Is Gymshark vegan? Absolutely not.
Well, Gymshark then.
I'm going Team Chimp. I reckon Chimp's got it.
See,
You would do, wouldn't you, fucking nonce?
Well, you went the other way with piss.
Thank you.
there's a lot of people that would have said Team Chimp, and Gymshark is very firmly on the Team Gymshark.
I don't blame him.
Of course, Gymshark is.
Yeah. Which also led to the last Smash tournament I went to. After discussing this one, who would in a fight, a tiger or an ostrich?
Tiger
Oh.
every time.
That's what I thought. But
I
Henry,
would go
Going
tiger.
straight for neck.
Henry
Yeah, exactly.
took about 2.5 hours to talk down from Team Ostrich, and we were trying to talk about how much of an idiot he was. And then he said, "But what if they were both in a Tekken arena?"
No.
And I was
Just
like,
no.
"How many floor/wall breaks are there in this Tekken arena?"
It's just like one slice of a claw, and that ostrich is
Exactly.
done.
He was like, "All tigers do is pounce." And I was like, "No, it's a fucking tiger." And then he was trying to tell me how much PSI an ostrich's kick is, and I was like, "That's only
That's
if it
like
lands
saying-
it on the."
It's like saying all a
Just
gun
one-
can do is shoot bullets. The gun may be a one-trick pony, but it's still,
like, aha,
it's
but
still
I
a
have a
gun.
whip.
So,
I have a whip, so I can win.
to end this, the general consensus is Kyle, who would win?
Gymshark.
Gymshark, Nathan,
I'm going to stick with Chimp.
Team Chimp.
I would like it to be a weekly segment though, Gymshark versus, and we discuss.
He would love that. He would absolutely love that. So,
That sounds
love
like a
that.
great plan.
I mean, we got a viewer. We got a viewer as we're talking about.
Is it you?
Hey!
I don't know who it is. It's just some rando. Anyway, hour 15. We not only shall we do some podcasts, we should play some fucking games as well.
Yeah.
Let's revive Can't Up
Yeah.
Coach in this time where we cannot be together.
Coin up.
The thing that's
coach.
brought us together is the fact that we can't be together.
That's what brought us together in the first place. The fact we was all leaving uni and thought that was the best.
Quick, we've got to play Mario Party. Record it.
We're used to this.
We've got
shit.
4 days.
I wrote a whole script about Mario Party. We're going to record it in quarantine. It's
I
fine.
really enjoyed that script. I'm looking forward
Thank
to doing
you.
that.
Yeah,
Me
that,
too.
that looks great fun.
I still think you should edit it, but still. Anyway. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank
It's
you
been a
very
lot
much.
of fun.
Thank you all.
I'm glad, even though I'm talking to the audience at the same time, I'm talking to you two. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad we'll be able to chat.
Oh, I'm glad you feel like that.
Let's do it again, but not in 2 years' time.
I'm glad one of us feels that way.
I'm glad you're not fucking wasted your night.
Hey, I have a chicken in the Instant Pot, which I didn't think I had chance to talk about, that should have been taken out after 5 minutes. It's been there for an hour and a half.
Oh no.
So let's see how that's on.
Send us a
Either
picture.
way, I will do. Anyway, see you soon, lads.
Awesome. Cheers.
Good night, God bless.
Take it easy, boys.
Ta-ra.
Goodbye.